giant nation. It's no coincidence. Today we're going to talk about the giant nation, Tanzania. You can see here you have the little flag of Tanzania and giant nation, you know what I'm saying? Guys, there's a big news came out a couple days ago about the move that has been done by Tanzania and Russia. You know, this is a big move. This is great move. And it's about Tanzania and Russia uranium deal. I've spoken a lot about uranium in Africa, especially one of the countries that produce a lot of uranium in the continent is Niger, and how much for many years France has been benefiting from Niger uranium. Has been taking over 20% of uranium from Niger, bring it to France, you know, and you know, kind of like go through all the process of producing electricity and selling it to other foreign nations, you know, European nations basically. And 40% of electricity in France is coming from Niger uranium, while Niger, it has more than 80-something%. They don't have electricity, right? Right now things are changing, different. As you know, France has been kicked away. And one of the main reasons why Africa has always been stopped from utilizing fully her uranium, the world is saying this, that the project faces concern over environmental impacts and community displacement. This has been the reason all the time why Africa has been stopped from utilizing these projects. So as a result, these foreign countries have been stopping Africa from industrializing the continent, and they just want to take the raw materials. Why? Because Africa, it was designed to give raw materials to them, for them to process and to give back as end products, and we need to buy with higher price, right? That's how it has always been. Africa as a continent has always been seen as this some sort of people who just very primitive people. They just need to produce raw materials, right? If it is about furnitures, you need to, you know, produce all these trees and woods and sell them to them, and they need to process them to be, you know, as furnitures, and they need to sell back to us at the highest price. IKEA, you can talk about Dubai companies, you can talk about so many international companies. So Africa has always been seen like that. So every time when we try to make a move, this is what happened. But right now, Africa is saying no. Right now, Giant Nation has said no. All right, Giant Nation has said no. We're not going to settle for anything lesser than our value. Now we are going to collide. We're going to collaborate with Russia, and I think Russia has seen this opportunity and to make sure that we make this deal. So this is very big, guys. Russia backed 1.2 billion uranium project launches in Tanzania to fuel energy economic growth. This is a big move, guys. The venture aimed to harness the country's vast uranium reserves as a driver for economic growth, industrial development, and future clean energy prospects. President Samia Suluhu Hassan presided over the inauguration of a 400 million uranium processing plant at the Mkuju River project site on Wednesday, signaling the operation starts of a broader 20-year plan to extract and process an estimate 300,000 tons of uranium. This project reflects Tanzania's commitment to responsibly tap into its natural resources to support sustainable development, President Samia Hassan Suluhu said during the launch. The Director General of Rosatom State Corporation, that's the country, the company that have been, partnering with Tanzania. It says that the theme offering its advanced uranium processing technologies to develop Tanzania's unique geologic potential As with all of our partners, we intend to build cooperation with the Republic on the basis of equality and mutual understanding. At the same time, it is activity, Rosatom is always guided by the principle of sustainability, development with condition compliance, and so on and so on. All right. The plan suited in the southern region of Namtumbo is the first kind of Tanzania and key component of government strategy to diversify mineral export and capitalize on the rising global demand. All right, rising global demand. All right, guys, some of the details that we have to know about this is that as Africa targets 15 gigawatt of nuclear capacity by 2035, over 10 countries are exploring nuclear power with strong reliance on global partners like Rosatom. All right, in Tanzania, Rosatom, through its subsidiary Manto Resources, has led the Mkuyu River Uranium Project since under 2020. All right, so operated by Uranium One, the project is among the world's largest, with 152 million tons of ore. It aims to produce 5 tons of yellow cake and so on and so forth. Okay, there's so many details there. But the thing is, because of this project, because of this deal, Tanzania is going to go to top 10. Actually, it's going to be number 3 in the continent for producing the high tons of uranium. So in the continent, guys, it's going to be number 3, I think, led by I think it's Niger and another country I forgot, but Tanzania is going to be number 3, which is a big of a deal. But also because of this deal, it's going to produce more than 4,000 direct jobs for our people, but also 100,000 jobs, indirect jobs. All right, so you have 4,000, you have 100,000. That means it's 104,000 jobs is going to produce because of this. Also, it's going to estimate producing Tanzania Mkuyu River deposit holds an estimation of 58,500,000 tons of uranium reserved in that place. And then when fully operational, the uranium mine will produce up to 3,000 tons of uranium annually over 22 years lifespan. So every single year, they'll be producing 3,000 uranium. This would take Tanzania to the top 10 uranium producers in the world. Guys, this is a big deal. Big deal. In Africa, it's going to be top 3. And the world is going to be in top 10 producers of uranium in the world. And this is one of the largest foreign investment in Tanzania mining sector. So these are, you know, a few of the benefits. Okay, I just want to recap, guys, to share with you once again what are these benefits. The first one, all right, this is one of the largest foreign investment in Tanzania mining sector. It never happened before. Second, it's going to produce direct job 4,000 and indirect 100,000 jobs. And third, when fully operational, it's going to be producing 3,000 tons of uranium annually, the lifespan of 22 years. And this will take Tanzania to top 10 uranium producers in the world. In Africa, it's going to be top 3 and so many things. Okay, there's other things that there'll be a transfer of knowledge, because this is what happened with this deal. Like Russia, they're coming to Tanzania, they brought everything, all technology, they make sure that it's safety, they make sure that people are going to be safe with everything. They brought all the technology and their expertise are coming to work here, but you have 4,000 different, you know, local people will be working there as well. So there'll be a transferring of knowledge and our people learning of how these things move. You know, it's going to impact the entire sector of electricity in the country. It's going to impact the entire sector of industrialization in the country. I know there's always been opposition, you know, about, you know, environmental whatever and people displacement. But these are projects that they have to happen in our continent, because these are the projects that are going to lift us up. Man, this is about nuclear plantation. This is the they're going to be producing nuclear in the country. And this is such a best move, man, because, I mean, if you wait for the Western countries to do something like that, it will never happen, because they're scared of how much power you guys are going to hold on to. And I think this is the time to really ask ourselves, like, we see the shift of African continent running to Russia. Why? Because How Russia is treating Africa is completely different from how the rest of the world treating Africa. So I'm not naive to think that, okay, this is going to be, like, heaven on earth forever. I'm not naive, but what I am certain about is to see how this contract have been done and what is the motives behind it. You know what I'm saying? I know this is about the struggle, the fight for the superpower, our position in this world, you know what I'm saying? But as African, we are rising and start making deals like this for ourselves as we think about our people and nothing else. This is such a great move. And kudos to Tanzania, kudos to Giant Nation. This is the journey to Giant Nation. And this is what happened, man. And this is what happened. So, when there's a development like this in Africa, all Africans, we have to come together and to applaud, because what is happening in Tanzania, I wish it happens to Congo as well. Congo is another country that has a lot of uranium, but where does that uranium go? It goes to somewhere else. But I wish in Congo they'll have some industry running, uranium to produce for the continent and for their countries as well. I wish all the countries in Africa will do the same thing. And then I wish we'll all be sharing all these resources we have for the benefit of our people, for the benefit of our continent. All right, Tanzania is time to rise up. Africa is time to rise up. Guys, let me remind you a little quick. Guys, if you haven't subscribed, we have a huge of number that are not subscribing in our account, but they're enjoying our video. So please go ahead and subscribe. You're going to help us out. You can sign up for membership. You can click the link in the description. You can sign actually the petition of One Africa right now. We're talking about one passport. We're talking about one currency. We're talking about one army. We're talking about one people. We're talking about one passport for our people inside the continent and outside of the continent. So, guys, going back to Tanzania, Tanzania has been making a lot of moves. Recently, Tanzania banned, some of the local businesses to be done by the foreigners. I don't know, there's been a huge reaction from the eastern side of country, especially Kenya and Uganda, but this is for all foreigners. And I came here and I share my thoughts about it. Tanzania actually launched already Nyerere Dam, where it's on the refugee basin, and it's going to produce a lot of megawatts for electricity. Now it's launching this uranium plant project of $1.2 billion. Very big moves, very strategic moves, very massive moves. And you can only predict that in a couple of years from now, where Tanzania will be. All right. And this is what we want to see in the countries of Africa. This is what we want to see in the East Africa. This is what we see in this one Africa we love. This is what we see, man. This is the time to industrialize our countries. This is the time to depend on our country. And what I'm so proud about is that this plant is here, is right here. The raw materials have been extracted there and they've been produced there. How Tanzania is going to earn money, through taxes. It's going to earn money through agreements of this deal. I think more than 30% will be coming Tanzania, which basically I'm always I'll say the truth. I always love the fact that it has to be 50-50. You know what I'm saying? It has to be partnership. It has to be, okay, we're giving you raw materials, you're giving us technology and everything, and do this. But also, I gotta assume that they know what they do. You know what I'm saying? I gotta assume they know what they do. This deal is gonna create a lot of jobs. It's going to help our people. It's going to produce a lot of electricity. It's going to industrialize everything, the entire continent. So, guys, I want to hear from you. What, guys, do you think about this deal of Tanzania and Russia uranium? All right. I would like to know, to hear from you, but also we can check out this video to hear just what they're talking about this deal.
The pilot plant is a crucial step towards establishing an industrial enterprise for natural uranium mining and production in Tanzania. The project's industrial phase involves the construction of the main plant with a capacity of up to 3,000 tons of uranium per year. We plan to start the construction of the main production facility in early 2026. Its commissioning in 2029 is projected to become the centerpiece of Namtumbo region's development. This will be achieved primarily through the creation of over 4,000 new jobs and support for more than 21,000 livelihoods via supply chain opportunities in Tanzania's mining sector and related industries. alongside significant contribution to enhancing regional infrastructure. The significance of this day extends far beyond technological success. For us at Uranium One Group, this project represents more than uranium mining. It embodies our unwavering social responsibility toward Tanzania, where promoting community well-being through sustainable development is fundamental to our mission.
This is the journey to One Africa.